After 3 years together, my wife said, I am too young to be tied down in this marriage. I need to explore my options. I calmly said, explore all you want. She came back 6 months later, claiming she was ready to commit now. I rejected her, saying, I don't need you anymore. I found someone who knows what she wants. The complete chaos that erupted. I was wiping the grease off my hands as I walked through the front door of our house. Another 12-hour day at the auto repair shop. My back ached. My work boots were covered in oil stains, and all I wanted was a cold drink and maybe 20 minutes of silence before dealing with anything else. She stood in the kitchen, arms crossed, that look on her face. I knew that look. It was the same one she had been wearing for weeks. The one that indicated she had rehearsed a speech and was just waiting for the right moment to deliver it. We need to talk, she said. I grabbed a bottle of water from the fridge. All right, talk. She shifted her weight, uncrossed her arms, then crossed them again. Nervous energy. I have been thinking a lot lately, she said. About where we are. I took a long sip. I waited. I am only 23, she continued. We got married when I was 20. That is so young. I feel like I have never experienced anything, never discovered who I am without being someone's wife. I set the bottle on the counter. I leaned against it. Where are you going with this? She took a breath. Here it comes. I think I am too young to be tied down like this. I need space. I need to explore my options, to see what else is out there, to figure out what I really want. And there was the bomb she had been carrying inside her for who knows how long. Dropped right there in our kitchen, as if she were asking me to pick up milk on the way home. I did not yell. I did not argue. I was not even surprised. Honestly, I had seen it coming for weeks, the late nights out with friends. The way she pulled away when I tried to hold her hand, the constant scrolling on social media, looking at everyone else's supposedly perfect lives. Explore all you want, I said. She blinked. What? I said, explore all you want. If that is what you need, go ahead. Her mouth opened then closed again. She was not expecting that. She probably expected me to fight, to beg, to promise to change, or say that we could get through this, or whatever people say when their partner tells them they are not enough. You are not going to try to stop me? She asked. I picked up my water bottle again. Stop you from doing what? Being honest about how you feel? No, I am not going to do that. But we are married. We took vows. Yes, we did. And right now, you are telling me those vows do not mean anything to you anymore, that I am somehow holding you back from living your life. So go ahead, live it. She looked confused, almost angry. Does this not even affect you? It affects me that you just told me I am not what you want. It affects me that after 3 years of marriage, you would rather be somewhere else with someone else. But I am not going to beg you to stay. I do not chase people who do not want me. I walked past her toward the bedroom. She followed me. Where are you going? I opened the closet, grabbed a duffel bag from the top shelf, and tossed it on the bed. Then I opened my nightstand drawer and took out the manila envelope I had prepared 2 weeks earlier, the divorce papers. I had been waiting for this conversation. I had them drawn up after the third time. She came home at 2 in the morning saying she had lost track of time. I placed the envelope on the bed next to the bag. She stared at it. What is that? Divorce papers. I figured this was coming. It saves us both some time. Her face paled. You already filed for divorce? Not yet, but they are ready. All you have to do is sign. Are you serious right now? Completely. You want to explore your options? Fine. But you are going to do it as a single woman, not as my wife. She grabbed the envelope, opened it, and skimmed the first page. Her hands were shaking. This is insane. People do not just give up like this. I am not giving up. I am accepting what you have already decided. You want to leave? The door is right there. But do not expect me to sit around waiting for you while you find yourself. So that is it. 3 years, and you are done. I zipped up the empty duffel bag and handed it to her. You are the one who said you needed space. I am giving it to you. Take what you need. You can stay with whoever you want. But this conversation is over. She stood there, holding the bag as if she could not comprehend what was happening, as if she expected tears or anger or a dramatic argument that would end with both of us promising to try harder. Instead, she got papers and an empty bag. You are just going to let me go? She asked. I am not letting you do anything. You are choosing to leave. I am simply not going to stop you. She stared at me for a few more seconds. Then she grabbed some clothes from the dresser, stuffed them into the bag, and headed for the door. She stopped in the frame and turned around. Maybe I just need a little time to think. Take all the time you need, I said. But while you are thinking, I am going to move forward. So do not expect me to be here when you are done exploring. She left. The door closed. The house grew quiet. I sat on the edge of the bed and looked at the divorce papers still lying there. 3 years gone in one conversation. But honestly, I felt more relieved than anything else because I was not going to spend the next 6 months wondering when she would come back or if she really meant it. She wanted freedom, and she got it permanently. I grabbed my phone and texted my lawyer. She left. Let us proceed with the filing. It was done. She moved in with her friend Kayla the next day. I knew this because Kayla's boyfriend texted me to ask what happened. I kept it brief. I told him she wanted to explore other options and that I was not going to stop her. He did not reply after that. The first week was quiet, too quiet. I half expected her to show up crying, saying she had made a mistake. That never happened. Instead, I got texts, little tests to see if I would crack. Just checking in. Hope you are doing well. We should talk soon. I left them all on read. My lawyer filed the papers on the 5th day. She was served at Kayla's place. According to Kayla's boyfriend, she spent 2 hours on the phone with her mother after that, probably expecting someone to tell her that I would come crawling back. I did not. Instead, I did something I should have done months earlier. I called my buddy Jake. We used to hang out every weekend before I got married. Then she started complaining that I spent too much time with friends and not enough with her. So, I had distanced myself, stopped going to the bar on Fridays, stopped playing basketball on Sunday mornings, and became the guy who checked his phone every 20 minutes to make sure she was not upset about something. Man, where have you been? Jake asked when I called him. Busy being married. Not anymore, though. Wait, are you serious? Dead serious. She left. She said she needed to find herself, or whatever. I gave her the divorce papers. He laughed. Not a mean laugh, more of a genuine surprise. You really did that? Most guys would be sobbing into their beer right now. I am not most guys. Clearly. So what now? Now, I am hitting the gym. Then I am coming to the bar on Friday night, and I am not going to check my phone every 5 minutes. Friday rolled around, and I showed up at Murphy's, the same place we used to go before I stopped having a life outside my marriage. Jake was already there with a few other guys from the shop. They all looked at me like I had come back from the dead. There he is, Jake said, sliding a beer across the bar to me. The free man. I took it. It felt good to be there again, with no guilt, no texts asking when I would be home, no manufactured arguments about how I was not prioritizing her. We talked, we laughed, we watched a game. It felt normal, better than normal. Around 10 p.m., my phone buzzed. I looked at it out of habit. A text from her. Saw you went out. Good for you, I guess. I showed it to Jake. He shook his head. She is checking up on you. She probably thought you would be home crying. Let her think what she wants. I put the phone back in my pocket and did not look at it again for the rest of the night. The following week, I started going back to the gym. I had dropped that too. She used to complain that I spent too much time there, said it was vain, said I prioritized muscles over our relationship. So, I had cut back, gained 15 pounds, and started feeling like crap. My first day back, I ran into Megan. She worked at the front desk and also did some administrative work at the auto repair shop where I was a mechanic. We had talked a few times, nothing serious, just friendly. I have not seen you in ages, she said as I scanned my membership card. Yeah, I took a break. Bad idea. Well, welcome back. How are you holding up? I heard through the grapevine that things got complicated. Small town, everybody knows everything. I am doing good. Better than good, honestly. She smiled. Good. That is the right attitude. I worked out. It felt good to lift again, to push myself, to do something just for me. Over the next few weeks, I kept bumping into Megan. We would chat between sets. She would ask how my day went. I would ask about hers. Nothing forced, just an easy conversation with someone who did not complicate everything. Meanwhile, my ex was constantly posting on social media, pictures at clubs, videos from parties, photos with guys I did not recognize. She made sure I saw it, made sure everyone saw it. Look at me living my best life. Jake would send me screenshots sometimes. Are you seeing this? Yeah, good for her. It does not bother you. Why should it? It is what she wanted. She is getting it. What did bother me were the messages from mutual friends. People who thought I should fight for my marriage. People who said I gave up too easily. People who did not know she had been checked out for months before finally saying it out loud. I stopped replying to those messages, too. 3 weeks later, I got a promotion at work. Not a massive one, but enough. More responsibility, better pay. My boss pulled me aside after the announcement. You have been doing great work lately. Whatever is going on in your personal life, you are handling it well. I nodded. I am just focusing on what I can control. That is smart. Keep it up. That Friday, Jake convinced me to go to a different bar. A change of scenery. We walked in, and guess who was there? Megan. With a few of her friends, she waved us over. Small world, apparently, I said. We ended up talking for most of the night. She was funny, genuine, did not play games, did not test me with weird questions or passive-aggressive comments. Just chatted like a normal person who enjoyed being around others. At the end of the night, she gave me her number. We should hang out sometime outside the gym. I would like that. I went home feeling lighter than I had in months. No drama, no second-guessing, just a normal conversation with someone who seemed interested in getting to know me with no ulterior motives. Meanwhile, my phone buzzed again. Another text from my ex. Can we please talk? I think we rushed things. I did not reply. There was nothing to say. She had made her choice. I had made mine. And honestly, mine was looking better every day. 6 months later, my life had completely changed. I had lost the weight I had put on, earned a few certifications at work, and was making good money with the promotion. The house was cleaner than it had been in years. Turns out, when you are not constantly stressed out, you actually take care of things. Megan and I had been seeing each other for about 4 months. Nothing rushed, no drama. Just two people who enjoyed spending time together. She would come over to my place. We would cook dinner. We would watch a movie. We would talk about our days, simple things that somehow felt better than anything I had known before. She never pushed, never asked where things were going, never started problems just to see how I would react. It was refreshing, healthy, the kind of relationship I did not even know I was missing. Then on a Tuesday night, my phone lit up with a text. We need to talk. Can I come over tomorrow? I showed it to Megan. We were sitting on the couch watching a cooking show she liked. Your ex? She asked. Yeah. Are you going to answer? I probably should. Just to get it over with. I replied, tomorrow at 6. Make it quick. Megan squeezed my hand. Do you want me to leave before she gets here? You do not have to. I know, but this is something you should handle on your own. I trust you. That was the difference. Unconditional trust, support with no strings attached. The next day at work dragged on. I knew what was coming. She had probably rehearsed a speech about how she had made a mistake, how she had grown, how we should try again. I had heard variations of it in her texts over the last few weeks. Texts that I had mostly ignored. 6 p.m. rolled around. I was home, changed out of my work clothes. I had made myself a sandwich. I was not going to treat this like a major event. She wanted to talk, fine, but I was not rolling out the red carpet. The doorbell rang at 6:15. I opened it. She looked different. Shorter hair, lost some weight, dressed more elegantly than before. She had clearly made an effort. Hi, she said. Come in. She walked into the living room and stopped. Looked around. The place was spotless. New curtains, plants on the windowsill, a framed picture of Megan and me at a baseball game on the side table. She stared at that picture for a long time. The place looks nice, she finally said. Thanks. What did you want to talk about? She sat on the couch. I remained standing, arms crossed. I have been thinking a lot these past few months, she began. About us, about what I said, about what I threw away, and well, I was confused. I did not know what I wanted. I thought I needed freedom and space and all those experiences, but I was wrong. I did not say anything. I just waited. I went out. I dated other people. I tried to find what I thought I was missing. And you know what I found? Nothing. Just a bunch of guys who were not looking for anything serious, who could not hold a conversation or remember my birthday or any of the things you used to do. All right, I said. She looked up at me. I made a mistake, a huge mistake. And I am ready now. Ready to commit. Ready to be the wife I should have been all along. I walked into the kitchen, grabbed a bottle of water from the fridge, took a long sip. Let the silence settle for a minute. Are you done? I asked. What? With your speech. Are you done? She stood up. Did you hear what I just said? I am telling you I want to try again. I want us to get back together. I heard you, and my answer is no. Her face paled. No, no, but I just explained everything. I told you I was wrong, that I am ready now. I set the water bottle down. You are ready now. That is great. Good for you. But I am not interested. You are not interested? We were married for 3 years. You were just going to throw that away. I did not throw anything away. That was you 6 months ago when you told me I was not enough. When you said you needed to explore your options. Do you remember that conversation? She stepped closer. I was confused. I did not mean it. You meant every word. And I believed you. So I moved on. Moved on. It is because of her. She pointed at the picture. Some random girl you barely know. Her name is Megan, and she is not random. She is someone who knows what she wants. Someone who does not need 6 months of going out with others to figure out if I am worth her time. That is not fair. Fair? You want to talk about fair? You left. You posted pictures with other guys all over social media, making sure I saw them. You ignored every boundary we had and did whatever you wanted. And now you show up here 6 months later wanting to forget all that, because you finally realized the grass is not greener on the other side. She was crying now. I love you. I made a mistake, but I love you. You love the idea of not being alone. You love the fact that I treated you really well, and you did not appreciate it until it was gone. That is not love, that is regret. So that is it. You are choosing her over me. I am choosing me over you. I am choosing someone who respected me from day one. Someone who did not need to lose me to realize my worth. She wiped her eyes. Please, we can go to therapy. We can get through this. No, we cannot, because I do not want to. I am happy now, happier than I was the entire time we were together, and I am not going to ruin that by going backwards. You are cruel. I am honest. You wanted freedom. I gave it to you permanently. The divorce was finalized last month. It is over legally, emotionally, in every other way. She grabbed her purse. You are going to regret this. I really will not. She headed for the door, stopped, and turned around one last time. She is not going to make you happy. She already does, every single day, because she chose me from the start, not as a backup plan after everything else failed. She left, slammed the door, started her car, and drove off. I sat back down on the couch and texted Megan. It is done. She left. Do you want to come over? 3 minutes later. On my way. I am bringing pizza. I smiled. That was the difference right there. No drama, no games, just pizza and someone who actually wanted to be there. My phone buzzed again an hour later. Another text from my ex. You are making a huge mistake. You will see. I blocked the number. I did not need that energy anymore. Megan arrived with the pizza and that smile she always had. We ate. We laughed. We did not talk about my ex at all because honestly, she did not matter anymore. I had found someone better, someone who knew what she wanted from day one. And I was not going to give that up for someone who only wanted me back because all her other options had failed. Blocking her number did not stop her. She simply started calling from other phones, her mother's, Kayla's, random numbers I did not recognize. I stopped answering calls unless they were saved in my contacts. Then she showed up at the shop. I was under a Ford pickup truck replacing brake pads when I heard her voice at the front desk talking to Derek, the guy who ran the service counter. I just need to talk to him for 5 minutes. Ma'am, he is with a customer right now. I will wait. I rolled out from under the truck and walked to the front, still holding a wrench. She stood there in jeans and a jacket, arms crossed, that determined look on her face. What are you doing here? I asked. You are not answering my calls. Because I blocked you. That is usually a clear message. Derek looked between us, uncomfortable. You good, man? Yeah. Give us a minute. He disappeared into the back office. Smart guy. I turned back to her. You cannot just show up at my work like this. You will not talk to me anywhere else. Because there is nothing to talk about. We are divorced. It is over. Move on. I cannot just move on. We were together for 3 years, and you are the one who ended it, not me. You did. She stepped closer, lowered her voice. I see her posts. The girl you are with, Megan? She works here. No, that is none of your business. So it is her. You moved on fast. 6 months is not fast. And even if it were, I do not owe you an explanation. Did you even wait? Or were you already seeing her before I left? I laughed. I could not help it. Are you serious right now? You are the one who wanted to explore options. You are the one who posted pictures with different guys every weekend. And now you are questioning my timing. That was different. How? How was it different? She had no answer, just stood there, frustrated. You need to leave, I said. I am working, and we are done with this conversation. I am not giving up on us. There is no us. There is me, there is you. Two separate people living two separate lives, that is it. I went back to the truck. She stood there for another minute, then finally left. Derek came back. That your ex? Unfortunately. She seems intense. That is one word for it. The visits did not stop. She started showing up at Murphy's on Friday nights, just sitting at the bar, staring without saying anything, just present, making sure I saw her. Jake noticed it. She is here again. I see her. Do you want me to say something? No. She will get bored eventually. But she did not. The following week, she was there again, and the week after that, always sitting where I could see her, always leaving right after me. Then the messages started coming from fake social media accounts. Generic usernames, no profile pictures, but always the same content. Screenshots of Megan's posts, comments on how easily I had replaced her, questions about whether Megan knew the whole story. I showed them to Megan. We were having dinner at her place. Pasta she had made from scratch because apparently she could do that. She is losing it, Megan said, scrolling through the messages. Yeah. Do the messages bother you? No. The fact that she will not accept that it is over bothers me a little. Megan set her phone down. Do you want me to talk to her? Absolutely not. That is exactly what she wants. Drama, confrontation. A big scene where you two fight over me like I am a prize. I am not doing that. So what do? We ignore her. We keep living our lives. She will eventually run out of energy. I was wrong. 2 weeks later, I walked out of the gym and found her sitting on the hood of my truck. Just sitting there waiting. Are you kidding me? I said. We need to talk. No, we do not. Get off my truck. Not until you listen to me. I pulled out my phone. I am calling the cops. She slid off the hood. Fine. But you cannot avoid me forever. Look at me. I got into the truck. She planted herself in front of it, arms spread, blocking me. Move. Not until you listen. People were starting to look. It was getting ridiculous. I got out of the truck. You want to talk? Fine. Here it is. You made a choice. I accepted it. I moved on. You cannot change your mind 6 months later and expect me to drop everything. That is not how life works. Now, move before I have you removed. You do not mean that. I absolutely mean every word. A gym employee came out, a young guy, maybe 20. Everything okay here? She is leaving, I said. She looked at the kid, then at me, and finally stepped aside. I got back in the truck and drove off. That night, I spoke to a lawyer about a restraining order. He said I would need more documentation, a pattern of harassment. So, I started keeping records, screenshots, dates, times, locations. 3 days later, she showed up at Megan's apartment. I was not even there. Megan called me from work. Your ex just knocked on my door. What? How does she even know where you live? I do not know, but she was here. She asked if we could talk woman to woman. What did you say? I told her no and closed the door. But this is getting weird. I know. I am taking care of it. I went back to the lawyer with everything I had. He requested a temporary restraining order. It was approved 3 days later. She had to stay at least 150 feet away from me, my home, my work, and Megan. She violated it twice the first week, showed up at Murphy's, showed up at the shop. Both times, I called the cops. Both times, they gave her warnings. The third time, they arrested her. She spent 6 hours in a cell before her mother bailed her out. After that, the physical appearances stopped, but the messages continued. New accounts, new numbers, always the same theme. I was making a mistake. I would regret this. She was the best thing that ever happened to me. I kept every message, sent them to my lawyer. She is digging her own grave, he said. Good, I replied. Maybe then she will finally stay in it. Megan and I went out to dinner that Friday, a nice place in town. No drama, no ex-wives stalking us from across the room. Just a normal meal with someone who made me laugh. Do you think she will ever stop? Megan asked over dessert. Eventually, when she realizes I am serious, that I am not coming back no matter what she does. And if she does not, then she keeps embarrassing herself while we keep living our lives. Either way, we win. Megan smiled, reached across the table, and took my hand. I am glad you did not give up on relationships after what she put you through. I did not give up on relationships. I just gave up on her. Big difference. We finished dinner and went back to my place. No messages waiting, no car parked outside watching, just peace. For the first time in months, it felt like it was truly ending. I was wrong about that, too. But I did not know it yet. My 30th birthday fell on a Saturday. The guys at the shop wanted to organize something. Nothing fancy, just a barbecue at Jake's, burgers, beer, and decent weather for once. Keep it small, I told Jake. Just the usual group. Already on it. Maybe 15 people max. Megan offered to help set up. She had met most of my friends by now. They liked her. More importantly, she fit in without forcing it. No fake laughs, no putting on a show, just herself. Saturday came, and we showed up around 2 p.m. Jake's backyard was already full. Music playing in the background, grill smoking, people scattered around talking and drinking. The man of the hour, Jake announced when he saw me. Everyone cheered, handed me a beer, patted me on the back. It felt good, genuine. These were people who were there before my marriage fell apart and who stayed after. Megan squeezed my hand. I am going to help with the food. Go catch up. I walked around, talked to Derek from the shop. Caught up with some guys from high school. Everyone asked how I was doing. Really, not just the surface level stuff. Better than I have been in years, I told them. And I meant it. Around 6 o'clock, Jake nudged me. Do not look now, but we have a problem. I looked. Of course I looked. She was at the side gate. My ex, in a sundress and sunglasses, as if she had been invited. Are you kidding me? I said. Do you want me to handle this? Jake asked. No, I got it. I walked toward her. She saw me coming and smiled. Really smiled. Hi. I heard there was a party. How did you know about this? I still follow some of your friends on social media. I saw the posts. And you thought it was appropriate to show up? I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. There is a restraining order. You are not supposed to be anywhere near me. She looked around. We are outside. There are witnesses. I am just saying happy birthday. That is not harassment. Yes, it absolutely is. You need to leave. I will. After we talked for a minute, people were starting to notice. The music was still playing, but conversations were dying down, eyes turning toward us. You are making a scene, I said quietly. Maybe people should know what you did. What I did. How fast you replaced me. How you did not even try to work things out. I laughed. I could not help it. You are unbelievable, you know that. You moved on so fast, like I meant nothing to you. You meant everything to me until you told me I was not enough. Do you remember that? Or are we rewriting history now? Megan appeared next to me, calm, composed. Is there a problem? My ex looked her up and down, judging. So, you are the replacement. I am his girlfriend, and you need to leave. I am not talking to you. Well, I am talking to you. He has asked you to leave multiple times. So either you leave on your own, or someone calls the cops. Your choice. My ex turned to me. Are you really going to let her talk to me like that? She is right. You have to go. Not before everyone here knows the truth. She raised her voice, making sure everyone heard. He abandoned our marriage after 3 years, did not even try therapy, just handed me divorce papers and moved on to her as if I never existed. The backyard went dead silent. Everyone was watching. Now, Jake stepped forward. All right, that is enough. No, I said, let her finish. Let everyone hear her version. My ex looked surprised. She had not expected that. Go ahead, I continued. Tell them how you came home one night and said you were too young to be tied down. Tell them how you said you needed to explore your options. Tell them how you spent 6 months posting pictures with different guys, making sure I saw every single one. Her face flushed red. Tell them how I gave you exactly what you asked for. Freedom, space, a divorce, and how you only came back when you realized no one else wanted to deal with your drama. That is not what happened, she said weakly. That is exactly what happened, and everyone here knows it because I have been honest from day one. I did not slander you. I did not badmouth you to our friends. I just told the truth when asked. I looked around at everyone watching. She told me I was not enough. I believed her. I moved on. Now, she cannot stand that I am actually happy. So she shows up at my work, at the gym, at the bar, anywhere she thinks she can find me. She violates a restraining order, gets arrested, and still refuses to accept that it is over. I turned back to her. You wanted freedom, you got it. You wanted to see what else was out there. You did. And apparently, what was out there was not as good as what you had. But that is not my problem anymore. You made your choice. Live with it. She was crying now. Mascara running, hands shaking. I made a mistake, she said softly. Yeah, you made one. A big one. And you cannot undo it just because you regret it now. Jake's girlfriend appeared with her phone. Should I call the police? Police, I said. My ex looked around. Everyone was staring at her, judging her. She wanted a scene. She got one, just not the one she had planned. You are going to regret this, she told me. No, I really will not. But you will, every single day, because you threw away someone who truly loved you for a fantasy that did not exist. She turned and left quickly, almost running. Car door slammed, engine started, gone. The backyard stayed quiet for a few seconds. Then Jake started clapping, slowly at first, then others joined in. It was about time someone put her in her place, he said. Megan wrapped her arm around my waist. Are you okay? I am good. Better than good. The party picked back up, the music got louder. People went back to eating and drinking in 20 minutes. It was as if nothing had happened, but it had, and everyone there had seen exactly who she was. Not the victim she was trying to pass herself off as, just someone who could not accept the consequences of her own choices. Later that night, back at my place, Megan and I were sitting on the couch. That was intense, she said. Yeah. Do you think she will finally leave you alone now? I hope so. But if she does not, at least everyone knows the truth now. No more pretending, no more playing the innocent victim. Megan leaned against me. For what it is worth, I am glad you stood your ground. I am glad you were there. Most people would have run away from that mess. I am not most people. No, you are not. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I ignored it. Whoever it was could wait, because right now, sitting here with someone who actually wanted to be there, I had everything I needed, and I was not going to let anyone ruin that. Not my ex, not anybody. 3 weeks passed with no texts, no messages, no surprise visits. No drama. I had almost forgotten what that felt like. Then her parents called. I had not spoken to them since the divorce. They were good people. Her dad had helped me fix up my first car when we were dating. Her mom always made extra food, knowing I would show up starving from work. We would like to talk to you, her dad said on the phone. About our daughter. There is nothing to say. Please, just give us 30 minutes. We will come to your place. I agreed. Mostly out of respect for them, not for her. They showed up on Sunday morning, both of them and her. Of course, she came. I opened the door. I agreed to talk to your parents. Not to you. I know, she said softly. But they wanted me to be here. Her dad looked tired. Can we come in? I stepped aside. We sat in the living room, them on the couch, me in the armchair across from them. She sat between her parents, hands clasped in her lap, looking at the floor. She told us everything, her mom began. What she said to you, what she did, how she treated the marriage. Okay, we are not here to make excuses for her. We just want you to listen to her. One last time. I looked at my ex. You have 5 minutes. She took a breath. I know I messed up. I know I said terrible things and made terrible choices. I have spent every day of the last 6 months regretting it. I am in therapy. I am working on myself. I am trying to figure out why I sabotaged the best thing I ever had. Good for you, I said. But that does not change anything. I know. But I needed you to know that I understand now. I understand what I threw away, and if you would give me another chance, I would spend the rest of my life proving that I have changed. I looked at her parents. They were looking at me hopefully. I am going to be honest with you, I said, looking at her dad. I loved your daughter, I really did. But the moment she told me I was not enough, something broke. Not my heart, my respect. Because someone who loves you does not ask for permission to see if they can do better. Her mom wiped her eyes. She did not make a mistake. She made a choice, a calculated choice to see what else was out there while keeping me as a backup plan. And when nothing else worked out, she came back expecting me to be on standby. I looked at my ex. But I was not waiting. I was healing. I was moving on. I was building a life with someone who knew from day one that I was enough. Someone who did not need to lose me to appreciate me. You are engaged to her, aren't you? Her mom asked softly. I nodded. I asked her last week. She said yes. My ex's face crumpled. She started crying. Her mom put an arm around her. I am sorry, I said. I know this is not what you wanted to hear, but I cannot go backwards. Not for anyone. Her dad stood up and reached out his hand. I understand. I do not like it, but I understand. You deserve to be happy. I shook his hand. Her mom stood up too. Give me a hug. Take care of yourself. You too. My ex stood up last, looked at me with red eyes. I hope she makes you happy. She does, every single day, because she chose me, not as a second option, not after exploring other choices. Just me, right from the start. The three of them left. The door closed, and the house fell silent again. I took out my phone and texted Megan. It is finally over. For good this time. She replied immediately. On my way. Bringing coffee. 20 minutes later, she walked in with 2 cups of the coffee she liked. We sat on the couch. She did not ask questions, just sat there, present, supportive. Her parents stopped by, I finally said. And I told them the truth, that I am engaged, that I am not going back, that it is over. She smiled. Good. Yeah, good. My phone stayed silent the rest of the day. No calls, no texts, no last-ditch efforts, just peace. A week later, I saw her at Target. We passed each other at the checkout. She saw me, I saw her. We locked eyes for maybe 2 seconds. Then she looked away, paid for her items, left. No confrontation, no tears, no scene, just 2 strangers who used to know each other. And that is exactly what we were now. I went home to Megan, to the life we were building, to someone who had never made me doubt my worth. My ex wanted the freedom to explore her options. She got it, and I got something better. Someone who knew what she wanted from day one. Me. Comment. Hey everyone, I just wanted to share something that stayed with me after this one. When someone shows you they don't value your time or your heart the same way, choosing yourself with quiet dignity is one of the strongest things you can do. I've learned that setting firm boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's simply about protecting the peace you've worked hard to build. Healing takes patience, and it's never a straight line, but every single day you choose to move forward, you get a little lighter inside. What really matters is surrounding yourself with people who know exactly what they want right from the beginning. Being kind to yourself means refusing to settle for anything less than the respect you deserve. Taking full responsibility for your own happiness can feel scary at first, yet it opens the door to relationships that actually feel safe and real. If you're in the middle of something tough right now, please remember you're never alone, and it's okay to put your well-being first. I truly hope this encourages you to stop chasing what no longer serves you and start choosing the kind of calm that lasts. Let's all keep showing up for ourselves with the same grace we wish others would give us, one honest step at a time. If you like the stories, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.